Oh, cool. Grab another water real quick. Just grabbing another thing of aqua. Yeah, well, my one bottle is like a third full. I know you enjoyed that picture that I sent you. No, that's all right. Actually, so how the storm's been down in your area? Yeah, what was it? When I got home, we had a thing of thunder that made the house shake for like 10, 15 seconds. Yeah. When I was at work, I thought the trains were going to be delayed because you couldn't see like 5 feet in front of you. All right. You guys send me the ability to record. Yep. I post them. I actually, yeah, I put in our music and then I post them up. Have you ever looked at the page when I sent you the link? Yeah, there's two links. There should be one audio. Mm. I just posted Twitch up. All right, yeah, go. Mm. Then I can take out the Twitch thing. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that too. I mean, all right. Yeah, I'll just take the Twitch thing off the site then. I'll just leave it to the audio only. Yep, I just got it. Oh, and stream. I'm surprised it didn't bark at me telling me that the stream was up, like it always does. Value, yeah, I know you do that a lot. Oh, it gives me this thing where it tells me it's like, oh, thing. Yeah, that's nice. It's because I'm in the Twitch app for Microsoft and I'm not on the actual website, and I think that's what it is. All right, and I got the stuff from last episode for that. All right, you ready? Recording. 3, 2, 1, mark. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Awesome Mania. I'm Michael Lindenbaum, and he is your undisputed champion, Mr. Ben Taylor. Is the pudding delicious? Good to hear. Good to hear. Ben, we had Fighter Fest coming up the last time we chatted. We now have Fight for the Fallen.
Oh, dude, I've got stuff to say. Don't you worry.
Evolve 10th Anniversary and Extreme Rules.
I very nearly called this episode the episode where there was too much wrestling.
And then we named it the Fight Rules for the Extreme Fallen.
Yes.
So, but yeah, there's so much going on. But let's start off with news and notes.
A couple of big ones. LAX and Johnny, whatever the fuck he's calling himself nowadays.
Impact. No. Morrison.
Done with Impact. So everyone's expecting them to show up in AEW.
Even though for LAX it has been confirmed that WWE has offered them contracts as well, and I have read rumors about Johnny possibly re-signing with Impact.
But that doesn't mean that every single person who leaves a fucking promotion nowadays is got a fucking AEW, got a fucking AEW, motherfucker, fucking AEW.
Yeah, I know there's a bidding war for LAX.
And there should be. They're a fucking amazing team.
Yeah, and then...
Absolutely amazing team. They could not get better.
Yeah, and then also while we're on Impact, the Masked Man who showed up at Slammiversary was Rhino.
Sure.
Who's still under contract to WWE until the 17th.
Uh-huh.
Okay. While we're on Impact, it was newsworthy.
Yeah, but there's newsworthy stuff, and then there's Rhino. Which is really sad, because he used to be part of one of the best tag teams ever. Or not ever, but like at the time, which was him and old Heath Slater. But oh well.
Yep. What else did you have that was big news outside of Johnny and LAX?
Quite a lot, wasn't it? Been a big week. Let's see. Bunch of matches are now. Roman and the ESPYs.
Yep, he got the first ever WWE Moment of the Year award.
Because the WWE now have their own awards at the ESPYs for some reason.
Yeah. But it's also the ESPYs, and I was actually just reading this earlier before we started recording. Apparently, a lot of people at ESPN and the ESPYs don't know what hockey or the NHL is, because the current Stanley Cup champions, St. Louis Blues, weren't allowed in the green room because they didn't think they were talent.
Wow.
Yeah, and people want ESPN to get the TV deal for the NHL in 2 years. That's a joke.
I would argue that if they did get the TV deal, they'd educate themselves better.
I would try to agree with you, but the problem is that they let go of every hockey person except for Steve Buccigross.
Okay.
In the last year.
Okay.
They obviously don't give a shit.
Of course they don't. They clearly wouldn't give a shit if they spent a lot of money to get a lot of fucking views from hockey fans. Yeah, they wouldn't give a shit at all, would they, Mike? That would be absolutely the best thing they could do for business. Yeah, that would be real fucking smart. Because they don't care now. That wasn't my point. My point was, if they got the fucking license, they'd care in a fucking hurry.
Except for the fact, do you know why?
Don't give me accept. You can't give accept because it's in the future.
Actually, I can work off the past ESPN deal where they pretty much just said, "Fuck it, we're not covering this stuff anymore." With
Not
the exception of
ESPN anymore. It's not.
Yeah, it hasn't been for a while.
Exactly. So you can't. If it's not the same ESPN now, you can't judge it by the ESPN of the past.
So, but anyways, WWE has their own category.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you want us to say? Like, it's like saying Kenny Omega could win it. No. There was only one moment that was ever going to win this award, and it was Roman coming back from beating Luke.
Yeah.
It was the only one that was, except maybe Becky at WrestleMania. And when that turned out to be a shit show due to Ronda's botch, and then they realized they'd have to show it on TV again.
Nope. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just there was the fight between Enzo and Joey Janela.
Wait. Fight.
Yeah.
I saw that video. It was the lamest piece of shit ever.
But it wasn't even. It was fucking staged. That's the thing, is like they were both in on it. That's why it was so fucking stupid. Else. And since we're not going to talk about it a whole lot very end of the show, I feel like we should talk about Kevin Owens' promo.
Yes. He unleashed the beast on Shane O'Mac. Yeah, this was a good one. We're essentially, before the show, they had a video of Ziggler and Owens getting into it in the back or outside the arena, which then Shane came out and canceled their match, and then put Roman Reigns into the match a little later on with Dolph Ziggler, which would then prompt Owens to storm to the ringside area. He didn't go in the ring, but he stood on the announce table and cut a very scathing promo on Shane O'Mac. And according to reports that have been coming out. This is the feud that's going to get rid of Shane McMahon on weekly television.
Yeah, sure. I mean, sorry, I had a mouthful of pudding. I was really hoping you were going to talk for like 10 seconds longer. There's a very interesting thing here, because there was a lot of talk that the feud with Roman and The Undertaker was going to put Shane off TV, right? Since, apparently, Heyman and Bischoff's control takes over starting post Extreme Rules, right?
Yep.
So the idea being they were going to write him off at Extreme Rules, in the thing with The Undertaker and Roman. Any hope of that has now been dashed, thanks to them like ready setting up AO. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, it's.
But we'll get to that at the end of the show, because that's going to be our fantasy. So, as for the content of the promo, boy, how do I? I've been trying to think about how I want to phrase it, right? Well, it was a great promo and passionately delivered. Well, that was good. They've tried to do the pipe bomb again. Pipe bomb. They do it fairly regularly. Seth Rollins had his so Baron Corbin, when Baron Corbin was so on and so on, so forth, back to the pipe bomb, right? And that's the cynical side of me. Pipe bomb.
I think the closest they got into it was when AJ Lee did it.
No.
To the entire Divas division at the time.
Closest.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the reason why is while AJ's was great, it was aimed at the people. The pipe bomb was powerful because it was aimed at the people. So was this one.
Yeah.
KO said a lot of things a lot of people have been a lot of time. So that's good. Good for KO. Very passionate, great way to open SmackDown. Gotta question Shane McMahon's logic a bit. Because like when there was the fight at the beginning, he sent KO home, who's over as fuck, and Dolph Ziggler. Which one of those two are you sending home? Sending home Dolph Ziggler is what you're doing. But yeah, just great promo. I don't want to spend too long in news and notes because we've got a shitload of wrestling to talk about.
Yeah,
we've got three shows, one to recap and two to preview.
Yeah, and for those wondering, we mentioned Evolve at the beginning. We're not going to be doing predictions for Evolve. We're just doing predictions for Fight for the Fallen and
We
Extreme.
can talk a bit about it, though.
We will definitely talk a bit about it.
Let's talk about it now. Like,
all right.
Under news and notes, right?
Yeah, because that is so, like, man.
Real fucking mercenary, isn't it?
So,
How do you feel about it? Do you think that if this had been on any other day, they'd have aired it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think, and it also has the remnants about what will be happening next month. The day of All Out is also the day of NXT Takeover UK, and albeit that's going to be hours before All Out happens, it has that same vibe to it too.
I think the NXT UK one's not as egregious because,
which I agree with. But a lot of people are saying,
in fact, I'm actually quite looking forward to that because I'll be able to watch the NXT Takeover UK. I'll have dinner, come home, watch All Out. It'll be a full day of the graps. So
it'll be good. Yeah,
I don't think the NXT UK one's.
I don't think...
especially since when NXT and dates for All Out one.
Yeah, but the thing is that when NXT UK Takeover was announced, it was announced after All Out was announced. It actually was announced. Yeah, it was announced.
NXT UK was announced around the same time. And
we'd have to look at the timeline, but I'm pretty sure that both of those were after All Out was announced.
Because All Out wasn't announced until Double or Nothing.
Yeah, and then
the dates for All Out weren't announced till Double or Nothing, and Takeover UK was announced.
We'd have to
talk. I'll look it up.
All right. So yeah, but for Evolve, obviously, one of the top matches is going to be for the NXT Championship: Adam Cole versus Akira Tozawa. One of the interesting things is that they're bringing in a lot of NXT talent for the show, because obviously a lot of them came from NXT or from Evolve to NXT, or in the case of Drew Gulak, who's going to be on the card 205 Live. I believe Tony Nese is on the card as well. But then you also have a lot of the Evolve talent who are like essentially the up and coming talents that people are looking forward to. So it's interesting, and a lot of it also has to go with the fact that there's a relationship with Gabe Sapolsky and WWE, especially that now Sapolsky works for WWE.
So here's the confusion, right?
Right.
NXT Takeover UK was discussed. Double or Nothing. Takeover.
Believe so, yes. There we go.
Hey. Blackpool. Happening on. It was announced that no communication?
No. I'm here. I'm looking.
On the air.
I'm looking it up too. I'm trying to
talk and click, Mike.
Yep. So, but I pulled up the Evolve card, so we have that. But yeah, so yeah, it definitely is Cardiff.
It was announced at. They were literally announced on the same day. No. You're right. You're right. No.
Yeah, it was announced like 2 weeks or so later because I think that
2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks because Double or Nothing was the NXT Takeover.
Okay, yeah, because because and then that was so June 1st. So it was like a week after the announcement for All Out. So, but
right, let me rephrase that. It was officially announced.
Yes.
On June 1st. It had been in the works for quite some time.
So I have the Evolve card right here in front of me. So matches that involve Evolve talent, you have Anthony Green versus Josh Briggs, Sean Maluda versus Stephen Wolf versus Harlem Bravado versus Kurt Stallion.
Okay.
You have a special challenge match of Colby Corino versus NXT superstar Babatunde.
Who?
Babatunde. He was Leo Rush's muscle in NXT. He hasn't been on NXT television. Yeah, he's been doing all the live events. In a grudge match, you have Anthony Henry versus NXT superstar Arturo Roz. I will say this right now. I've seen Anthony Henry a lot, and he is really good. You have a catch point reunion match between WWE Cruiserweight Champion Drew Gulak versus Matt Riddle. Evolve Tag Team title match, AR Fox and Leon Ruff versus Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy, who are the defending champions. Winner takes all match, Evolve Champion Austin Theory versus WWN Champion JD Drake. And then you have the NXT title where Adam Cole defends against Akira Tozawa.
Those matches don't have Evolve talent.
Let's see here. You have Anthony Green, Josh Briggs. That's Evolve. The Fatal 4-Ways all Evolve.
Fatal 4-Way?
Sean Maluda.
NXT.
Stephen Wolf. Harlem Bravado. Kurt Stallion.
So that's 2.
You have Colby Corino, who is Evolve.
Corino's kid.
Yeah.
Who trains at the Performance Center. Carry on.
Anthony Henry is Evolve. And then you have the tag team title match and the winner takes all match are all Evolve talent. So
doesn't feel like out the card. When you read out the card, it feels like it just bothers me that at the 10th anniversary, top 2 matches, top 2 or 3 card are all the talent.
The only so let's see here. I mean, and obviously the people that they brought in have ties to Evolve.
That doesn't matter if they've got ties to Evolve. They're WWE.
Yeah, so I know Tozawa Cole is main eventing. That's obviously WWE talent. The Catch Point reunion match, Gulak versus Riddle, that's WWE talent. Arturo Ross and Babatunde are billed as NXT superstars on the card. Sean Maluda has appeared on NXT and on Raw as an enhancement talent, but I don't think he's ever signed
in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, he was in the Cruiserweight Classic, but I don't think he's officially signed with WWE though.
Gotten a lot of exposure at WWE.
Like Babatunde?
Yeah. Or at this point, Rusev.
Yeah. But I think, honestly, like...
And if you're telling me that you aren't billing a Catch Point reunion match and that world title match hard, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh.
But for me, because I've seen a couple of these guys, I think Anthony Green versus Josh
I've
Briggs.
never seen any.
Yeah, Anthony Green versus Josh Briggs, I think will be really good. Josh Briggs was actually just coming into MCW when I was leaving, and Anthony Henry did plenty shows at MCW, so I got to see a lot of him in person. So,
not about whether the show, the matches are good. I'm talking about billing.
Yeah.
Top 2 matches in terms of billing
are your WWE matches.
Are your WWE matches.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are going to make the people on the network tune in.
Yeah, it's interesting. And going back
it's
to
an
the
absolute shitty mercenary move by the WWE.
Yeah. It felt weird. It did. But I do agree
if
with
I have one piece of advice for everybody, watch Fight for the Fall.
Because
that
you can
Evolve
watch
show will be on a fucking video on demand next morning.
Network. Yep.
Because AEW still don't have their shit together. Don't have an on-demand service yet.
You would think by now they would probably have that worked out. So, but I do agree with the notion of if this show was being done any other night on the network, it probably wouldn't be on the network.
Just so happens they fall on the day.
Yeah, and I also do agree with the notion of watch Fight for the Fallen and then watch Evolve later.
I'm not saying Evolve's going to be a bad show. In fact, take advantage of the fact that Evolve is going to be on the network.
Well, but
try their product.
But that's the thing, though. I agree with that. But the other thing is, and I agree with this point that somebody else made. I don't remember who. They said, watch Fight for the Fallen live.
Yeah.
And then watch Evolve later. Because when you watch Fight for the Fallen live, that's helping AEW. That's helping them.
Isn't that literally what I just said?
You just said watch them on the streaming network.
No. What I said was watch Fight for the Fallen live and watch Evolve the next morning.
Yeah.
I literally said those words. You can go back in the VOD and check. Like,
I am watching the VOD and it is about 15 seconds behind. So
and then I segued into take advantage of checking out Evolve while it's on the network. Because if you like their stuff, you'll know where people like Jonathan Q Wrestling Gargano come from. And you can go to their
it's a great thing that you bring his name up.
Hang on.
Jonathan Q.
Let me finish the fucking sentence.
Yep.
And then you can go check out Evolve's streaming service, which has like 20 different fucking names. It has Evolve, it has Stardom, a bunch more.
Yeah.
Now your point about Jonathan Wrestling Gargano.
Don't you find it funny that WWE is using him for the promo for the Evolve 10th anniversary show and he's not on the card?
Oh, he's anywhere Adam Cole goes, going. Especially after what Adam Cole did on fucking NXT last week. I think it was it this week? With the picture.
Oh god,
Jonathan Q Wrestling Gargano's family own a restaurant. And they've got pictures of like Candice and Johnny on the wall, right? So Adam Cole goes in there and orders a pizza, and while they're making the pizza, he signs an 8x10 and sticks it on the wall, and it says to Gargano, finally a champion you're proud of, Adam Cole. Picks up the pizza and leaves.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to previewing the... Let's do the
review.
Let's do the review of Fighter Fest. first.
Yes. So.
So I'm about to
off
say
with
something super fucking controversial. Carry on.
All right. So I'm just going to go in the order that we have the matches on our little list.
Yeah.
Here. Match of versus Allie. At the time, it was
Smiley Kylie Ray, aka Cocaine Bailey.
All right.
You are going haywire, Megatron. Your internet is cut.
Yeah, I just saw that. I
don't know whether you need to. I don't know whether you need to tell people stop using microwaves or something else. This has been the problem.
No, I think it's coming back. Coming back. Am I good now? Oh. I did last night. I'll just flip the connection. How about?
I go a bit crazy for a second, folks. Bear with us.
I paused the recording. It's thinking it's good now. Fuck. And nobody's using anything, I can tell, because both my parents are upstairs.
The bit. Don't sound like me.
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Oh, there you go.
Seed. Oh, I'm back.
No, you're back to me in Megatron.
What the fuck?
Still storming there?
A little. All right. How about now? I just flipped the. Okay. So I just flipped the. I flipped the internet connection. All right. So. Resume recording.
Indeed.
So yeah, there was a last second change. Leva Bates ended up taking on Allie instead.
Kylie Ray, aka.
Yes.
And I've not heard hide nor fucking hair from Kylie Ray since.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That you.
Yes, I believe so. But while you're looking that up, I predicted Leva Bates was going to win. You predicted that there would be no more hot dogs.
I do believe I won that bet.
I do believe you did because, well, actually, I think there still were hot dogs at the time.
See, here's the thing: is I was out of hot dog.
Oh.
Also, she hasn't been sick.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, but Allie would win the match with.
Right, I have a couple of things to say here.
Take it away, good sir.
Everyone was talking about how good Allie looked. I thought she looked awful. You watch the end of that match, you can literally see her kick Leva Bates. It's awful. It should not be called the best super kick ever, because it's not.
And I think that was Allie's first match in a while, because I think when she left Impact, she was hurt.
But whatever. The point is,
yeah,
deserve a lot of the praise that she. Speaking of not deserving things, I don't get why everyone's so fucking pissed at the librarian gimmick. I'm fucking loving it. I love that gimmick so much. And it's not that it's Leva. It's not that it's Peter Avalon. I just love that it's dumb, good cop, bad cop, dumb fucking bullshit. That's clearly designed to show us how gimmicks like that don't work anymore. And everyone's like, but it's crap and it doesn't work anymore. Then it's doing its fucking job. Like, the whole reason that gimmick exists, Tony Khan wanted a librarian character. They spent months lampooning this on fucking Being the Elite, going, "It's gonna fucking work. Michael's frozen again. It's never gonna fucking work." But they went through it anyway. and they found two great people to play off each other. The moment in the match where Peter Avalon is stood on the outside, very calmly, like reading a book, flips a page, and just hooks Ali's foot at the exact same moment he's turning the page, was fucking poetry. It was poetry. I love. I must be the only person in the world who loved that gimmick, because I hear everyone is shitting.
Well, not only that, but
you're back to cutting in and out.
Things about look at that they.
You're back to cutting in and out, mate. I'm getting like a syllable out of every.
Damn it! Why am I doing this? I don't know why it's doing this. Probably. Oh wow, that made it.
You're in the net. Really good.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's the power of these storms today.
And like, you're fine right now.
I mean, it's not doing anything right now.
Hey, you're fine right now.
Yeah, yeah. Then let's. All right, let me unpause it again. That literally looked like a. I know you're putting in like something into your water.
Uh-huh.
It literally looked like a turd just went down to the bottom of the water.
All clumped up. I was like, to do that.
But one of the things I liked was their entrance. You had Leva come out, do the whole switch thing, and then you have Peter in the tent doing it. And then he gets all pissed off and he destroys the mannequins and he throws the tent into the pool. It was
I think they took the Fyre Fest parody a little far, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely think they did. But but also one of the interesting things is that we'll talk about it when we get to it, because we kind of have it out of order on our paper here. But when they did the very first match of the night for the buy-in, you had live models up at the stage. And then before the Leva Bates Alley match, they replaced the live models with Justin LeBailey's mannequins and stuff like that.
Those models were like early TNA bad. I'm not sure if you remember, like early TNA back when they were still doing the pay-per-view. On either side of the ramp, they would have women dancing in cages, real bad.
But Ali would get the win. Ben gets the point because he had no more hot dogs at home.
Yep. I will say that I just like might be my favorite thing. And I know that's saying a lot, but
next up on our card, we had Justin LeBailey versus Michael Nakazawa in the hardcore match. I had Michael Nakazawa getting the victory. You had, no matter what, we all lose.
It's right again.
You know, I'm going to say this right now. That match wasn't, like, it was bad, but it was actually kind of funny to watch a little bit.
It wasn't it was a comedy match. Right?
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Wasn't supposed to be good. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be good.
You're not expecting a 5-star classic out of O and Michael Nakazawa. There were some fun dumb spots. There were a few things that were just a bit like the ending was real stupid, because unless you had an exact look on the fact that he got the claw hold on him doing the, you were like, "The fuck just happened?" Um, the bit where he was trying to drown him in the kiddie pool was brilliant. All of the fucking oil stuff gonna get repetitive because it seems to be Nakazawa's gimmick. I think that's gonna get repetitive eventually, especially since he stole most of it off Joey Ryan, or probably vice versa. Yeah, just stupid comedy match that I was okay with. No, apparently, wrestling community collectively shat themselves that Alex Bailey couldn't do a body slam.
No, well, the guy isn't a trained professional wrestler like Michael Nakazawa is. So get over it. Next up, and this is our main event of the buy-in.
This is our main event.
This is our main event of the buy-in.
Because it's the only other thing on the card that fucking meant anything.
Wow. But this was the first match of the entire night.
We'll get to that, though, because there was technically had consequence.
Yeah. Yes. But you had Best Friends versus Private Party versus SCU for a bye in the first round of the tag team tournament.
The other half of which will be decided Saturday.
Yes. So Private Party was the only team in that match who was actually not signed to AEW.
And as we found out on being the moment they went back through the curtain, they got offered a time contract.
Yes, because they proved that they belong. And a very good showing for them, which would actually see the Best Friends win the match.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, I picked Best Friends. You had picked Private Party.
I hadn't picked Private Party because I didn't pick for them. I had the ones where I was like, well, I think this person should win. But I don't remember officially picking for any of them.
No, you only did one official pick,
okay.
And it was this match.
Right.
This was the only match you did the official pick for because it was the only match.
Oh, right. Yeah.
At the time, it was the only match that had any meaning to it whatsoever.
I would argue again that Private Party did win, getting full-time AEW.
Oh, yeah, it definitely. But Best Friends won the match. Yeah. Private Party had a hell of a showing, though.
They went over.
And actually, I really like the story that was told within the match because it's like SCU, veterans of the ring, Best Friends, veterans of the ring, Private Party, the new guys to the show. And like in the beginning of the match, they were the ones that were getting beaten down. But as the match progressed, Private Party started to come out.
Callan Sensor and Best Friends had to like up.
Yes. Yeah. So like they deserved it 100%. So moving on to what would then become the main card of the show, you have Christopher Daniels versus Shima, which was a great match. You had picked AJ Styles to win. I picked Shima, and I got that one right.
I'd like to point out that I picked AJ Styles club.
You're foreshadowing something there, good sir. And according to that, Gallows and Anderson signed 5-year deals.
Yep.
Overall, a really solid matchup. Yeah. This was my first time actually seeing Shima in one-on-one action, and I was actually thoroughly impressed with him and what he can do.
I very much like the end.
Oh, and I actually made a mistake on the last episode. I was saying that the Oriental promotion that Shima is actually one of the head trainers for, I was calling it OEW. It's actually OW. Yes, that was a mistake I made.
Oriental Wrestling
last week. I believe that's what it's called, but it's actually like a bunch of Shaolin monks and Buddhists that are training to become wrestlers. And I think that's really cool. And I think when we see more of that coming over, that would actually be a very fresh take on professional wrestling.
Yeah.
So Next up, you had Nyla Rose versus, I don't have the full match written down, Yuka.
Nyla Rose versus Riho Sakazaki.
Yes. I selected Nyla Rose. I know you have a lot to say about this one. I could just tell by how you're leaning on the microphone.
I'm literally like I'm so tired. I'm literally got my forehead on my microphone. Fuck. There's a lot to say in this match. I really enjoyed the story that
you were
I was really enjoyed the story that had been told. A genuinely story they were telling. I like all the stuff. If I was Nyla Rose, I would be very worried about my future in AEW. Already. Like, there's already a couple of people that 2 shows in, I'm like...
And scarily, Nyla's one of them.
Yeah. Nyla should have... They could have done everything the same in the match had Nyla win it. It would have been a great match. The problem is, Nyla keeps getting beat. Unless they're going to do a thing where... eventually... She needs to get her heat back somehow. And the after the match act didn't really do it because she'd already lost the fight. So...
I think also it was horribly done for the post-match fight because, you know, she should have destroyed both of them.
She should have left both of them in piles of absolute wreckage.
But instead, as soon as she attacks Rihu, Yuka comes in and it automatically kills the entire thing. And I'm like, oh, that did not go off well. Like, you would have just been better off with the defeat, end it that way, and then just move on. You know,
should have just been. They could have done the exact same match, right? The exact same match, but have Nyla Rose just powerbomb Rihu out of her fucking claw, right? Pin her, and you could have done the exact same thing after the belt, where like Yuka Sakazaki goes to help her up, and then pushes her off, and Yuka heartbroken. That's the only thing anyone has talked about this match. How heartbroken you Saki looked afterwards. And that's bullshit.
But I had selected Nyla Rose. You had selected Seth Rollins, even though you originally wanted to go with Christopher Daniels, but you changed it to Seth.
Yep. I would say that my thing was...
Yeah. I did note on here that you did say that, so... but in essence, by us both technically picking Nyla Rose, we were both wrong. Next up, you had the Fatal 4-Way match. Yep. You had MJF versus Adam Page versus Jungle Boy versus Jimmy Havoc.
Right. Put something here.
The winner of this match would go on to face Kip Sabian at Fight for the Fallen.
This is what I'm talking about. If they'd announced this before Fyter Fest, I'd have been like, oh, look, stakes. Because Kip Sabian's been made out to be a big fucking deal so far in AEW.
But then he just randomly walks down to the announce table.
Just joins them, and I'm like, the fuck are you doing here? And, oh, this is going to wrestle me. I'm like, me?
Yeah, I was like, what? Since when? But going into this match for predictions real quick, I had MJF, and you had Brock Lesnar will cash in and suplex Florida into the sun.
Yep.
But they all note that Jimmy Havoc needs action.
You're Megatron.
Jimmy Havoc, you said that you wanted him to have a good showing.
Yes, I wanted Jimmy Havoc to have a good showing because he's the other person in AEW I'm already worried about the booking of. That's Jimmy fucking Havoc. He didn't even get to do anything particularly spectacular in this match.
To be honest, he wasn't noticeable in that match. And then he took the pin. Yeah. Jungle Boy honestly wasn't. I mean, he was noticeable, but he wasn't.
Jungle Boy and Jimmy Havoc might as well have not been in this match because they had no chance of winning.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. In the run-up to Fighter Fest, all of the promotion had been done by MJF and Hangman Page. The other two might as well have not been in the fucking match.
Yeah. And that's like a damn shame right there, because that was, in a way, that's bad booking.
Awful booking.
Yeah.
It's AEW, so they get a pass.
Yeah. I had selected MJF. I was wrong. It was Adam Page. Technically shouldn't have been surprised there, but
nope.
Next up, you had Darby Allin versus Cody Rhodes. You had selected ProWrestlingTees.com as the winner. I had selected Darby Allin. Now, I have a question for you, good sir.
Uh-huh.
This match ended in a draw time limit because it was a 20-minute match, which is actually apparently, as we found out this week on the Steve Austin podcast with JR, JR had submitted the idea of saying, why don't we have time limits for all the matches? And this match is the first match in AEW history to end in a time limit draw.
Also the first match in AEW history where time limits have ever been meant in a shape or form, so that we were aware that it wasn't actually a possibility. In fact, in no other match have they even announced how many minutes have passed.
Not true. Every time Justin Roberts makes an announcement, he always announces the time limit for every match.
No, I'm talking about during the match.
Oh,
like during the match where he's like 5 minutes have elapsed.
Oh, well,
that you in no other match.
No, you got it in the Fatal 4-Way. No, it's either the Fatal 4-Way or the 6-man tag match.
It was during the 6-man tag match because they'd established it at that point.
Yeah, but
you didn't get it during Ali and Leather Bates. You didn't get it during Michael Nakazawa and Jabali. You didn't get it during Shima and Christopher Daniels. You didn't get it through anything in fucking Double for Nothing.
Yep. But this was the one that established the time limits officially. Even though matches had been announced with time limits to them.
Yeah, but you always get like television time remaining, but you don't get the. You have like the moment I heard 5 minutes have elapsed, I'm like, well, this is time limit. Because only in matches where that matters does that usually happen in American wrestling. In Japanese wrestling, often there's a time limit. But
yeah, I think Darby Allin had a great showing. I think him wanting to use the body bag was a detriment to him, but I know it's a big part of his character. But obviously, the thing that really came out of this match was what happened after the match. The gimmicked chair shot to the head, where they openly admitted that the part of the chair that was supposed to hit Cody,
like paper thin,
was like paper thin. And was the back part of the chair, which I'm actually sitting in a steel folding chair right now. The lip of the back caught him right in the back of the head.
You can tell that from the
yeah. So
Jim
Ross
also said that Tony Khan will never let them do anything again, which doesn't bode well for when you have Jon Moxley, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc in company.
Yeah. And Jim Ross really went after it too this week. The chair shot.
The sooner they get rid of JR, the better. I'm sorry. I love you, JR, but you're done at the company. You sounded derisive and frankly offended to be wrestling during the triple threat. Sounded dismissive whenever anything that wasn't an old school wrestler going on. It just... And again, Alex Marvez, you were great. Not even going to say you were great during. Keep Golden Boy around because Golden Boy was fucking phenomenal.
I really did enjoy Golden Boy.
And I've been a fan of Golden Boys. I've known him from eSport.
Right. But not only that, but Excalibur's really good.
Yeah, Excalibur's.
I had never heard of Excalibur before Double or Nothing, and I was like listening to him going,
Did you not hear him at
oh,
All
shit, this guy's good.
You not hear him
I didn't
All
get
In?
to see, oh, well, I only got to see like 2 or 3 matches of All In. So, like, I didn't want to hold a judgment on that.
Okay.
But like Double or Nothing was the first one I really saw full card and really heard all of his work.
Yeah,
so
I like Excalibur's.
Well, it also felt like, and you and I have talked about this with Double or Nothing, and it's kind of the same thing with Fyter Fest 2, where Alex Alvarez and Marvez, my bad. Him and Excalibur kind of took over the commentary range from JR at Double or Nothing. Same thing happened at Fyter Fest, where Golden Boy really took over the play-by-play.
It's just like they want Jim Ross there as like a mascot, and to get him to do a soundbite every. But he doesn't add anything to the.
I think he's better suited behind the scenes in that senior advisor role, more than on the commentary. And I hate to say it too, because I love JR and I love his commentary from the past.
You got to understand that at a certain point, while he was out there, he just sounded disinterested. Some of the stuff saying during. Those of you listening in, that was me making a holy shit face.
Oh man, yeah, no, it was, yeah. But not only that, but also with the chair shot and JR's.
Right, I got some stuff to say about it.
Yeah.
Fucking hate
the chair shot.
The whole segment. The whole thing that happened after. Because it completely overshadowed Darby's moment. It completely overshadowed the fact that Cody Rhodes could not beat Darby Allin. Couldn't. Didn't pin him. 20 minutes. And now, all anyone out is Sean Spears. Not Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out that with that T-shirt that Sean Spears debuted that night, the winner was indeed Pro Wrestling Tees. But yeah, I fucking hated it. If they could have done this like later in the backstage, or something like that, right?
It didn't feel right.
Fuck Darby Allin over it, and I hate that. Darby Allin gave us a couple of fantastic moments in the match, quite possibly a star-making turn, and it got overshadowed by that, which is sad, really.
Yeah. All right. So next up, you have the Lucha Bros and El Dorado. I believe. I don't have the name.
Laredo Kid.
Laredo Kid. El Dorado. This is what happens when you don't have the actual card written down in front of you.
Mike.
Versus the
Mike.
Young Bucks
Mike.
and Kenny Omega.
Mike.
Yes.
Tell me, how are we recording this podcast?
On a computer?
Yeah. What do computers have?
Internet?
Yeah. What does the internet have?
Stuff?
Has Wikipedia. And right over there, I have the Wikipedia entry for Fyter Fest. There is no excuse for you to not have this information. No excuse. Sorry. Not.
I'll go cry in the corner in the fetal position during break. But yeah, you had the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega in Street Fighter gear. That wasn't really a surprise.
We found out that
Kenny blew the budget.
No, we found out that find out that Kenny's costume but because he's an old hand, he always travel with a set of gear and carry on. So what you saw him wearing is shit they grabbed like on the day. Like, it's his normal outfit, and they just drew a thing on his back with, like, makeup, and that was it. Like, he was supposed to have, like, a full-on costume, and it just didn't show up. And then there's this thing about, like, the first couple of times they were rehearsing it, so they had to completely re-edit the video. Like, it's... That being said, I was really bored during this match.
Because it was almost the same match we saw at Double or Nothing, just with two added guys to the match.
I don't want to say I'm bored of this, but because they've done it all over the place now, right? And the AEW version is adding
The mix.
mythos. Same matches.
So for this match,
and adding Kenny and the Laredo Kid didn't
do much. Yeah. So I had picked Luchas with Laredo Kid to win. You had selected Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
However, the Elite did win.
Do you believe I'd said that the probably?
Yeah, you probably did. I'm not taking that away from you. And then that, in an interesting take, though, they announced the official end to the show.
Yes,
because John Moxley, Joey Janela match was a non-sanctioned match.
That was a very nice moment of when the lights go down. Telecast will end. Back up. Then why was there an AEW referee in the ring?
Wait, hold on. I have a referee shirt right here. It has no emblem on it. Would this work?
Sure.
There's no AEW. See, I'm showing it right now.
Just have someone that isn't recognizably part of the refereeing crew. Have a different ref.
So in this match, I picked John Moxley. You had picked Eva Marie,
who you are the fan club president of. Set that joke up 2 weeks ago.
Yep. This was actually. So this is. I even said this 2 weeks ago. This was going to be the match where I was probably going to feel the most uncomfortable watching. And while it was tamer than I thought it would have, I think the number one thing that made me cringe the most was all the barbed wire.
Yeah.
That was
It
like,
wasn't the getting slammed bare feet onto thumbtacks.
no, that made me cringe like hell too. But I think also because I'm a little bit more used to the thumbtacks because of Mick Foley and the match with Orton and stuff like that. I'm a little bit more accustomed to that. But yeah, the bare feet thing. Oh,
You see
oh,
this, Mike?
yes.
Pothole. And
Uh
how this
oh.
was. If this was an unsanctioned match, why was all the shit hid under the ring? And who put it there? There was a really nice touch, like a really nice touch, when Moxley pulled the barbed wire wrapped chair out. It clearly had some rags from when they were trying to clear up Cody's head stuck to it, bloody papers, and it was Excalibur was like, "What are those? What are those?" And Golden Boy was like, "Oh, they're left over from when he was wrapping the chair." I was like,
Which was
"Okay,
a nice.
that's a nice little touch." All right, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. What was your favorite spot?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I think it was when Janela finally went through the barbed wire slab. Even though it made me cringe a lot because of the whole barbed wire thing, I think that spot
Like
made
the Death Valley driver over the top rope.
yeah, because and the reason that for me was simply because you had seen Moxley go through the barbed wire more, and it was like Joey getting his comeuppance finally with the so I would go with that spot the most.
Yeah, I
So
think that or the. Now I'm gonna say the bare feet onto thumbtacks as well, because I've seen Jimmy Havoc do that spot to someone as well. That's an old.
yeah. Oh, and if I remember right, I think on the commentary they called Dean's finisher the Death Rider.
No, they didn't.
They did, yeah.
Yep.
Because I know it was like, oh well, that's definitely Dirty Deeds, but they're not
The
calling
Death
it
Rider is what it's called in Japan.
right.
Called something. Oh, it was called the Paradigm Shift because of the promo he called.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that was AEW Fighter Fest.
Overall thoughts?
I mean, good graps overall. I wish certain things happened differently, like with Nyla. Norway, if you weren't really going to use Jungle Boy or Jimmy Havoc, except for the sake of a pin and an end, probably should have been in the match. But perhaps.
Yeah. Again, to say the same thing I said about Double or Nothing, the same thing about All In, and probably the same thing I'll say about Fight for the Fallen. None of it fucking matters. Don't have any context for anything.
Yep.
Quite simply.
So with that, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do predictions for Fight for the Fallen, Extreme Rules, and then
Your fantasy booking. So, thank you for watching.
We'll be back.
First half. Get ready. We're going to go to a break screen and put some music. patient.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a really good point too. Um,
And they've
it
already had one member of that community 2 matches in a row.
yeah. So you bring up a very solid point, though.
And I don't think that's how booking is done. Also, kind of feel that they're going to try and bury the librarian because if I were predicting, I would predict Sunny Kiss. But I just don't feel the point. I don't know why I don't know why these matches are. Why is Sunny Kiss having a match with Peter Avalon? Did Peter Avalon refuse to lend Sunny Kiss? Did Sunny Kiss dog ear a page in one of the library's tomes? Like, why are they having a match other than wins and losses will count? How? Tell me how.
I think you just took a Backstreet Boys song and just turned it into "Tell Me How" instead of "Tell Me Why."
Tell me how. When's it gonna matter? Tell me how I get a fucking title shot. Tell me how I really wanna hear you say this is how it works that way. I don't know.
Good. Oh shit. Next up, you have a 6-man tag. MJF teaming up with Shawn Spears and Sammy Guevara versus Joey Janela, Darby Allin, and Jimmy Havoc. Literally a match with no meaning whatsoever to it.
So the most obvious prediction ever, isn't it?
But there is that one little underlying thing. You do have the fact that MJF is playing up the protege to Cody Rhodes, and he has spoken out about Shawn Spears, and he's teaming with Shawn Spears. So you could see a little dissension in that.
True.
That's the only thing I could see coming out of this fucking match.
Who have you got?
I have MJF murdering Shawn Spears.
Do you think that Jimmy Havoc W or Joey?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right.
Now, what do you got?
This is a match that has some weight to it. I'm willing to put thought in. My prediction is actually that Shawn Spears is just gonna fucking, or Cody's gonna attack him, depending on when in the card it is. Oh, that's on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Shawn Spears is showing up. Or if he is, he's just not. He's going to pull on a I'm not going to tag in kind of thing.
All right, so I'll just put you down for Spears walks out.
Here's the thing: is I don't think they're going to put Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela over 2 of the most pushed people in the company clean in MJF and Shawn Spears, right? Especially given how they've booked Jimmy Havoc. Darby Allin, I can see him wanting to get his hands on Shawn Spears showing up his moment at Fighter Fest. And I don't know where Joey Janela comes. Got no history, any of them.
Well, same with Sammy Guevara.
True. I'm just going to say I picked the same thing. Why not?
MJF destroys Spears.
Or, no. More accurately, I think that...
Spears walks out.
Or it's a no contest or something like that. Just because I don't think the match is going to resolve as two 3-man team having a fight. You know what I mean? Like something's going to happen. Either MJF's going to attack Sean Spears. Sean Spears is going to do the come in, tag me for the hot tag and just drop off the apron on the way to MJF. To, like fuck Cody over some more. Or Jimmy Havoc and Joey Janela and Darby Allin are just going to get really mad and kill everybody with chairs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This match was apparently announced this afternoon. There was a couple things announced today, apparently.
Yep.
For this one, this match will have actual implications to it, as the winner will also get a first round bye in the tag team tournament. You have the Dark Order, formerly known as the Super Smash Bros., taking on Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy versus Angelico versus Jack Evans, which Angelico. I'm sorry, I'm still learning some names.
I know it is spelled Angelico.
Yeah,
but Johannesburg, South Africa.
Okay, right, but Angelico and Jack Evans.
Yep.
This was the tag for Double or Nothing, where there are hell of matches, and unfortunately, the feed cut out. So, who do you got?
Dark Order.
Really?
Yep. This might be the easy. All of the others I had to think about this one. Because, actually, who have you got? And I'll tell you.
I was going to go with Angelico and Jack Evans.
All right. The reason why I'm going for the Dark Order is the team that has been targeted by the Dark Order, both times they've shown up so far, are Mike.
Yep, they showed up against Angelico, Jack Evans, and the Best Friends, and then also against Best Friends, Private Party, Matt.
And who's the other team in match for the bye in the first round?
Best Friends. You're building storyline here.
Also,
wow, there's actually a storyline?
Right?
You don't say.
And let's talk a little bit, right? Let's just talk for a bit about this match. Because there are 8 quote-unquote tag teams in AEW right?
Right.
Dark Order and Angelico, Jack Evans, Jungle Boy and Luke.
I think that is the tag team name.
They've got a bunch of they've got a bunch of band names. Get called. There's Best Friends. There's Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks, SoCal Onset, Private Party. That's 18. That is the perfect amount for an 8-team tournament. But if someone's getting a bye in the first round, that means one of those teams doesn't get to.
Yeah.
How's that gone?
Ooh. That's a good one. That is a good one.
They're gonna be like
Unless
they're
there's
gonna be like some kind of rumble match at All Out or something. And whoever loses is out of the tournament. Is it that fucking simple? Oh, sorry. Is it that fucking shitty? Why do this? Why not just have these matches as like hype matches for the tag team, right? And then just do an 8-man tournament.
Yeah, it is a little interesting on that, thinking about it from that perspective.
Other than the fact that means you would have had 0 matches that matter on Fight Affair.
Yeah. So then we go to Then we go to the main card.
Yep.
One of the things, we're just going to knock this out of the way real quick. Jericho is going to have a live mic segment. on the show. I doubt it'll open the show, but we're just kind of taking care of it right now. Do we want to make predictions on this?
Well,
What
it plays into one of my predictions.
we expect, which is
It plays into one of my predictions.
which is
I think he's going to attack Adam Page during Fabian.
all right. So, and then that's how you lead into the Jericho Live mic session.
And it's how you put Fabian Adam Page out that making Adam Page look.
So there are two matches here that are being billed, but yet again, there's some unknown involved. If it's two matches, or it could potentially be just one match. Dr. Britt Baker is going to have a match for the Fallen.
Yep.
And Bea Priestley. I said her name right? Bea Priestley.
Yep.
All right. Bea Priestley is going to be making her AEW debut.
Bea Priestley, phenomenal. I do not like to do this because it reduces her confidence down. But most people will know her because she's Will Ospreay's fiance. Should know her because she's a fucking phenomenal wrestler. I love Bea Priestley. I hope that she's the face of the fucking women's. Brilliant in Stardom as part of the Queendom. Like, she's great. Everywhere I've seen her. She's part of one of the best tag matches I've ever seen, which is Will Ospreay and Bea Priestley versus Ricochet and Tessa Blanchard, back while Tessa Blanchard was still dating Ricochet. One of the best, and it was an intergender tagging match. It wasn't one of these bullshit, the women only fight the women and the men only fight the men. She also took one of the best headbutts I've ever seen from Drew McIntyre. At the time called Drew Galloway. She was in the ring jawing at Drew Galloway and he headbutted her and she literally disappeared. She was just like gone. Like, she sold it like she'd been shot out of a cannon. Like, I love her. I fell in love with her style around the same time I was for. What's her name now? Had a name changed. She used to be called Nixon Newell. Tegan Knox, I think.
Yeah, Tegan. Yeah.
Because she's Welsh, so she's got to be called Tegan, apparently. Yeah.
I don't know.
Name anyway. I fell in love with both of their styles around the same time. I like beef. Great.
Now,
there is a third person that is be there as well. Is Tokyo Pro Wrestling. Who knows what that's all gonna get into, or whether it's just gonna turn out that like they're all gonna be doing commentary for the Randy Rhodes Ali match.
Well, interestingly though, AEW said that Britt Baker will be in a match.
Okay, so
do we do Bea Priestley versus Britt Baker?
Way too early to give that away.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the thing. It's like, I literally have it written down on here: Britt Baker versus question marks, Bea Priestley versus question marks.
They can't give. If they give Bea Priestley and Britt Baker away now, they have to have Bea. They have to.
Yeah, it's. This is a weirdly booked. This is a weirdly booked show, especially the fact that a lot of matches are coming at the last minute now. So we're not going to do predictions on that simply because we don't know what the fuck's going on.
All I will say, if you're a fan of good female wrestling, AEW seems to have a lot of it. Joshi stars like Britt Baker, Bea Priestley.
Looks good. That brings us to our next match. Ocal Uncensored versus the Lucha Bros, Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. So we finally get a different match that's not the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
If I remember right, SCU won at Double or Nothing. Then they lost at Fyter Fest.
All three of them lost Fyter Fest.
Yes. And then Lucha Bros lost at Double or Nothing. And then also lost at Fyter Fest.
Correct.
So I think booking wise, oh, damn, that's tough. You got two losing teams going into this one. What are you thinking?
Does this match mean anything?
Probably not.
Very, very proud to announce.
Uh-oh. Let me get the pen and paper ready. I'm ready for you.
By one. Heavy machine. Two interesting conversational here. Might be the worst tag team up from it. Get one successful.
Shoulder shrug. I'm actually going to go with, I've always liked Frankie Kazarian, so I'm going SCU.
All right. If I were predicting this normally, I would predict.
Right. And then next up you have
that's not an official.
Yeah. Next up you have Adam Page versus Kip Sabian.
Hmm?
Do you want to go with your Jericho thing?
I think Jericho's getting involved. I'm not sure what that makes the outcome, whether it's referee catches it and DQs Kip Sabian, or if he doesn't catch it and Kip Sabian doesn't see it either and pins Adam Page. Because they've been positioning Kip Sabian as a bit of a face. Or what I would almost like to see is what I would honestly like to see is Jericho attack Adam Page, Kip Sabian pin Adam Page without knowing Jericho attacked him, right? Then once Kip Sabian knows that Jericho attacked him, be like, I'm not winning that, restart the fucking match, and then just eat a buckshot clothesline, get pinned, right? But what will more than likely happen, Jericho will attack one or both of them to knock them down so that he can do his live in, demand his apology, demand his thank you, and he'll make it. And he can use Adam Page and Kip Sabian's like, I will continue to hit these people with very large objects until you.
I like that. I forfeit this pick because that is just too damn good.
But it's not. It's likely not what's going to happen.
It's likely not going to happen, but if you're going to book something, that's the way to fucking do it.
The smart money would be to book Adam Page.
Yeah.
The other thing that could happen, right? The other thing that would be very interesting, that Adam Page and Kip Sabian just have their match. Adam Page to win. Leave the ring and let Kip Sabian have his moment of like, oh shit, like drinking the crowd, and then have Jericho jump Kip Sabian because both Adam Page and Kip Sabian are faces, so they're trying to have that face moment of like, no, you crowd, right? And then Jericho jumps Kip Sabian is like, hey, Hangman, fucked up, I'ma kill this kid now. I'm going to use this really shitty elbow finisher. It should not be a finisher in anything. Just do the fucking code breaker. That Judas Effect
All right.
elbow.
Next up, we have.
That Judas Effect elbow looks like ass.
Next up, you have Brandy versus Allie. There are still murmurs of whether or not Awesome Kong is going to be in Brandy's corner, given how
it's
awesome.
Kind of confirmed.
But Awesome Kong has also at the same time confirmed the fact that she has not signed a contract.
Doesn't mean she's not in fucking Brandy's corner.
So it'll be. What?
That could also be kayfabe.
Mm.
She could be saying she's not signed a contract, that you don't expect her to show.
Very true. So
what if Jericho does shit like that all fucking. No, I'm not going to be all in.
Hey, look, there's Pentagon. Wait, when did Pentagon get that tattoo?
When did Pentagon get that many tattoos and that saggy a boobs?
I'm picking Brandy to win this match. I think it's like the safe money bet on that one. Who do you have?
Brandy Rhodes versus Allie. I think the overall winner, Brandy Rhodes versus Allie. God's honest truth. I think the overall winner of Brandy Rhodes, Allie, gonna be her.
All right.
Not in that she's gonna join the match, though. If she does, I'm gonna look like a fucking genius. But in that, all it does is build better rivals for her to beat later down the line. Because you know that they're gonna keep Britt Baker on side for, and when Adam Cole's deal comes up with WWE, tempted to come join his woman AEW, you know that's what it doesn't hurt that Britt Baker's also a really good fucking wrestler.
Yeah. Kenny Omega versus Shima.
Tough. On a bit of a roll after
defeating Christopher Daniels.
I still don't think Kenny's good.
All out.
All out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is tough. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Omega as well. Because Omega obviously needs the steam going into that match. We also got Omega. And the main event. The Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks.
Have you watched the most recent thing on Cody's channel?
No, I haven't been on YouTube in a while.
All right, you need to. You need to watch it before Saturday. Like 10, maybe 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes... Not even that, in like 5 minutes, they managed to make me care about this match. It's a phenomenally the sit down thing with Cody. Mention the sheep.
Oh, I think I read about the video where they also mentioned how they beat the Usos for like 2 years straight too. Yeah.
Usos beat them for 2 years straight. I also remember we were the first people to beat the Shield. Yeah, we are that good.
And actually, I saw a very interesting statistic.
But you need to watch it. Like, the emotion they both have. Like,
Yeah, but
you can tell they're
there's
Dusty's
a-
kids. Like,
yeah, but there's an interesting statistic about Cody and Dustin as a tag team. They haven't tagged together in 1,069 days.
that's also in the video.
Yeah, I was like looking at that when I was reading it online. I was like, shit, it's a long time for a tag team not to be tagging together.
Yep.
So, but who do you got? Because I have the Rhodes Brothers giving the Young Bucks their first AEW loss.
Interesting. If I was a booking man, right, here's the thing. It's all going to depend on Dustin. Right? Is this just a, I want to have one last tag match with my brother against the best tag team? Or is this a, I want to keep wrestling? If this is, I want to have one last match with my brother, I fully expect Dustin to be dumped by Sean. Fully expect that to happen. If this is just a, I want to have a competitive fucking match, I still think the Young Bucks are gonna. It all depends on how they want to go with the booking, basically. But my actual prediction is that after a grueling 420-minute match.
Wait, 420-minute match. Men match.
Winner.
Okay.
By 17 falls to nil.
17.
Actually, by 69 falls.
69 to 0.
Will be the tag team Joey Ryan and Rob Van Dam. Get it? Because 420 is the sex number and 69 is the week.
You had that reversed.
No, I didn't. I know exactly what I said.
So 420 is the sex number.
420 is the sex number. And 69 is the week. It's a running thing on this channel.
Okay.
Running thing through all of the streaming that. It's a bit.
Being how I don't get to watch you guys that often, which, by the way, I enjoyed watching you guys the other night. For the short time I was able to watch.
Yeah.
That was fun. All right. So let me pull up the card for Extreme Rules. No. All right.
I do want to say something before we go on to Extreme Rules.
Okay.
And I mentioned this last week. AEW is getting a lot of passes. I am very interested to see when the honeymoon. Because WWE get a lot of shit for Extreme Rules being only 3 weeks after Stomping Ground. No one saying shit about Fight for the Fallen being 2 weeks after Fyter Fest. No one's saying shit about that. No one's saying shit about the fact that half these matches that are happening at Fight for the Fallen in 2 days are booked today. Saying shit about that. Very interested if the honeymoon or what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, It's still early. I think once I give it about after they start television.
And they're having to do a week
because
product.
That's really going to be the and once we get that weekly product on a regular basis, I think that's when you
everything's gonna get real.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Extreme Rules. Of a match that was just officially announced on Tuesday night. We have James Bond versus one of his villains, Cesaro versus Aleister Black.
Can we talk? Stupid.
Go for it.
Oh, fuck. Or a fucking.
Because why not?
Apparently, we're not allowed to see his braces or something. Then he's got to take the gum shield out to talk in the interview. Where we see his braces.
Oh man. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Actually, but the thing that I thought was really funny about that promo though was after Cesaro sits down, he literally looks like a James Bond villain or something like that, sitting down.
Yeah, I thought it's the other way around. I thought Aleister Black was the.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's the thing though, because Aleister Black obviously is the face who's winning the fight, and then Cesaro comes in.
If he's wanting a fight, get out there and find one. Don't wait for one to come to you, you lazy fuck.
but
there
then you have
people sitting in catering, begging for TV time. Get out there and fucking find one, you lazy cock.
But the great thing
has to bring more food to me.
But the funny thing is that when Cesaro sits down and removes the mouth guard, and he goes, "I was the one who knocked on your door because I want to fight you," and Aleister Black, and I'll flip back over so I can see you. Aleister Black just kind of goes like this, and he's just good. I want to fight you too. And it's that's where the Bond villain comes in. When he says that and he cuts his part of the
Aleister Black wanted a fight, right? I'm going to be really, I know this is going to sound really fucking stupid. If Aleister Black went to a fight, he could just walk into catering and be like, "Hey, Buddy Murphy, you're really good at the wrestling graps. You want to do the wrestling graps in front of the crowd and make them all good because we're really good at the grappling men's?" And Buddy Murphy would be, "Sure, mate, let's do that because we're both really good at the fighting." And then they would have a fight and it would be good. Why are you sitting in a fucking dark room being a moody little twat going, "Nobody wants to fight me"? Also, why the fuck is Raw being main evented by a SmackDown feud? Sorry, that's a different rant. We'll get to that one. Just like they realize talent's fucking down.
Whoops.
Anyway.
So who do you got for Cesaro?
I'm sorry, we're predicting something?
Yes. I got Black.
I predict it's going to be a really good match. I predict it ain't going to fucking matter. Because for the very reason that I've just been going off about, Aleister Black has cooled off. The matches that Ricochet had with Cesaro were brilliant, but you see what I'm saying?
While he's been hiding in a room demanding someone to fight him, Cesaro's been fighting.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be a brilliant match between two phenomenal European superstars. Absolutely phenomenal Europeans. But at the end of the day, what is it going to achieve? Is Finn Balor's in a program with fucking Shinsuke? Are they going to get to have a program with Kofi? Fucking doubt it, because Brock Lesnar will be champion by the time fucking shit's done. Oh, they want that motherfucker on Fox.
Yep. Thanks for reminding me. That was the last match I need to get on here. Oh, man.
Hell, Ricochet, like fucking Aleister Black could have walked into catering and just picked a fight with the Iconics. And it would have been more interesting than what he's been doing. He could have joined the Iconics.
That would be interesting.
Seeing him standing there like...
So, who do you got for this match? Or just it doesn't matter prediction.
I'm sorry. Well, I like doing the predictions and analyzing the matches. Not gonna predict for matches that aren't anything other than this is gonna. If they're given enough time and let off a leash, this is gonna be match of the night. Like without a shadow of a doubt, there is not. If they're allowed to just go, the only other match that could possibly touch it is Revival. If they just let the talent do what the talent does. Just let the Revival be the Revival and the Usos be the Usos. And maybe Ricochet AJ. Maybe. But Ricochet AJ Styles is going to be too handicapped by having the club at ringside. Because you know the club are getting involved.
Yep.
So,
hopefully this will be the end of this feud in a last man standing match, Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley.
I don't give a shit. I want them both to be fired into the fucking sun. I'm so tired of it.
All right, I'm going to write down fired into the sun.
There's been reports that Braun Strowman is due for a big push under Paul. Right?
Yeah, because Heyman is...
Because that's worked the last 4 times they've pushed him. No. What happens is he does 2 or 3 huge feats of strength. Then he has to get in a ring and show that he can't really wrestle. And then he gets exposed and he goes to the back of the line again.
Yep. For the sake of picking something, I'm picking Strowman to win this one.
Yeah, sure. Strowman. I'll pick Strowman. Fine.
No, I got you for fired into the sun.
Good.
Yes, that's what I have for you. All right. Let's get this one out of the way. No holds barred. Taker Reigns versus Shane and McIntyre. The supposed ending to Shane McMahon, which it won't be. And I'm just gonna say it outright. I picked Taker versus Taker and Reigns.
Shane.
All right.
Here's the thing. Couple of things that are going on in my brain here. One, either Taker's been working for Shane the whole time, and it's purely a setup to fuck over Ron. Or 2, halfway through the match, Kevin Owens just go up and stun a Shane. And
it's a no holds barred match.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I would throw this out
hang on a minute. If it's a no holds barred match, why was there a match on Raw that said if the Undertaker got involved, he couldn't show up at ringside? Not like he was going to get DQ'd.
So, real quick, just throwing this out there. For a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, guess how many matches have Extreme Rules? 2.5. 2.5.
Depending on your definition of extreme.
You have a last man standing match, a no holds barred match, and the last thing that could be considered extreme is the 2-on-1 handicap match for the SmackDown Women's title.
Not true. There's a triple threat tag team matches, and triple threats are non-disqualification bouts.
Yeah.
Ha
All right, I'll give you that one.
Gotcha there.
All right, we're going to move on. Raw tag team titles, Usos versus the Revival. Revival are the defending champions.
Wait, which matches did you say were Extreme Rules?
Last man standing, Strowman Lashley.
Yeah.
No holds barred, Taker Reigns.
Yeah.
Shane Drew. Then you brought up the triple threat SmackDown tag team title match.
Yeah.
And then the 2-on-1 handicap
You're
match.
missing the last chance winner take all mixed tag team Extreme Rules match for the
Oh, that was
for
Extreme Rules?
the Universal and Women's Championships. The very, very main event.
The one that I'm kind of blocking out in the back of my mind.
One that has so many fucking stipulations, I don't blame you for missing it.
I just wrote winner takes all. I just didn't give a shit after that part. So Raw tag team titles, Revival defending against the Usos. I'm going with the Revival retaining. I'm probably am because
I want the Revival to. Heyman, I think Paul Heyman would let the Revival be Revival, right? I think titles on.
So, real quick, at the last pay-per-view,
Yeah.
didn't the Usos defeat Daniel Bryan and Rowan for the SmackDown tag titles?
No. They defeated them in a non-title match, gained them a title match at a future of their choosing.
And here we are with the Raw tag team titles.
Makes no fucking sense!
SmackDown tag titles defended in a triple threat. You have
How?
you have the Heavy Machinery versus the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. So yeah, this is gonna be a thing. I'm picking Daniel Bryan and Rowan to retain, but I have a gut feeling that they might try to put this on Heavy Machinery.
I think they're gonna put.
All right, moving on.
It's the worst decision ever made. Bad. They're not. They're not good. Both other tag teams in the match are good. Heavy Machinery are bad.
Moving on, the U.S. title, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. I see AJ retaining the title.
AJ doesn't have the title.
Oh, he doesn't? I thought he did. Or he was just holding it up as a statement. Yeah.
There was a match on Raw where AJ technically Ricochet presented the title, but it was their way of them not wrestling freak. Ricochet had his leg on the rope, so they had to
Thanks, Vince.
Wildcard rule needs to fucking die. The not wrestling during match commercial breaks needs to fucking die.
So I have AJ taking the title from Ricochet.
I have Ricochet retaining.
All right.
I think what's going to happen is AJ's frustrated. Okay.
All right. Next up on here, Cruiserweight title, Tony Nese versus Drew Gulak. This could be one of the matches of the night too.
Big Daddy Drew Lack.
And I'm agreeing with you on Gulak because he has been long overdue for a title reign.
And he just got it.
Yeah. 2-on-1 handicap match for the SmackDown Women's title. Bayley defending against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Have Bayley.
Ooh.
Help from.
Yeah, that's the heavy rumor going around right now.
Or it's going to be a case of like Bayley's going to. But Alexa and Nikki are trying to be kind of. Doubt they'll be down after the match. So Sasha's got to have a reason.
Yeah. I have Bliss and Cross winning with Nikki getting the pinfall.
Here's another inconsistency, WWE. If it's such a big fucking deal that Nikki Cross earned Alexa Bliss a title shot, and everyone's saying, why don't you have the title shot, Nikki? Why the fuck did no one say that to Xavier and Big E when it happened for Kofi at WrestleMania? Because the exact same fucking thing happened, and all people could do was stand in the background of the monitor going, It's the same fucking situation. The reason Alexa has got the title shot and Nikki didn't is that was the stipulation of the match. Like, it's just, where's the fucking consistency?
Well, you know what? We actually have some consistency on here because you just segued into our next match, which is the WWE title for Kofi defending against Samoa Joe. Because you're just talking about the storylines.
Talking about internal.
Yeah. Kofi Gorham Kingston, the submission specialist, the mat technician himself. He is going to make Samoa Joe tap out to the Cochina Clutch.
Is that your prediction?
No. No,
you're a fucking idiot.
I think Kofi retains over Samoa Joe because Lesnar's music hits and distracts Samoa Joe. Like Samoa Joe's
would distract Kofi.
No, because Samoa Joe would be going in for the kill, and then Lesnar's music hits, and Kofi rolls him up for the win.
Hear me out. The exact thing that you say just happened. And then Brock does show up. And he does cash in on Kofi. But Samoa Joe just beats the shit out of him. Causing Kofi to get DQ'd and therefore not lose the title. Leading to Brock and Joe at SummerSlam.
Ooh. That would be nice to see them go at it again, but hopefully in a more
actual match.
Meaningful match.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I have.
What do you think about that?
That actually sounds really
genuinely
cool.
don't know what's going to happen here. Part of me thinks this program will be SummerSlam, where Brock will cash in. Question is how it gets there. Is it count out?
Yeah.
I think it's got to be some way that makes Joe look like a beast, but doesn't lose Kofi the belt.
Yeah. I'm putting you down for Samoa Joe beats down Lesnar.
Sure.
Yeah, fine.
I think this program. I think this program gets extended to something. I don't know why.
All right. And then our final match, the main event, the Extreme Rules winner takes all mixed tag team matchup. Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch with the WWE Universal and Raw Women's titles on the line. I think the no-brainer here is obviously Rollins Lynch, because they're literally shoving that relationship down our throats now.
Very dirty. Out of me.
Proud or disappointed?
Both. Just to be honest. Just so much on WWE. There's so much on WWE right now that I just want to be done with. You know? I just want to be done with Baron Corbin and like a pair of fucking Fridays and fucked in the bathroom. I want done with Shane. I want to be done with Ziggler. I want to be done all of that. And this is one of them. I don't care how this ends. The sad thing is this probably will get dragged out until fucking SummerSlam. That way they don't have to do any fucking booking.
So I'm putting you down for doesn't care, must die.
I just want this feud done. I want this feud done. I want this spate of couples wrestling done. Yeah, it gave us one of the biggest WTF moments in Raw fucking history with I'm pregnant. I don't want to see... I want to be told... I don't... Like, at this point, just give fucking Seth Rollins William Regal's first set of music from the WWE back when he was Steven Regal and he was the man's man. Because you've already given him the fucking t-shirt. Who claims the fucking rights on that one? Becky? Seth? Steven Regal? I know it's got consequences, and I said I would predict matches with... Don't care. I would... I can't believe I'm about to say the following one. I would be genuinely okay with Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin winning this match if it meant I never had to deal with this feud ever again.
But if they lose, they don't get any more opportunities.
Doesn't matter. If what it takes is sacrificing the Universal title to Baron Corbin and the Raw Women's title to Lacey Evans for some mystical fucking warlock to appear and make it some sort of demonic contract that this feud can literally never happen again in all of time and space, or any subset thereof. Becky and Lacey, Seth and Baron, Becky and Baron, Seth and Lacey. If that's what it takes for this mystical warlock to come down from space and work their space magic, I'm okay with that.
Well, hopefully the mystical warlock named Paul Heyman officially
Mr.
takes
Paul.
over the next night.
Yeah, like I'm saying, is like I'm sure that Becky and Seth are going to make it through. Oh, it would be very interesting writing assignment for didn't. Not that I trust the WWE handle that very well. But yeah, just
All right. Fantasy booking. We are going to book how we get Shane McMahon on fucking TV.
Yep. Now this is really sad to me. I used to love Shane. Like back in the original days when Shane was first coming around, back in the Attitude Era, I used to love Shane McMahon. I've got a Shane McMahon action that I was given for birthday one year. A friend of mine. I used to love Shane. I liked Shane when he came back. Where did it all go wrong?
Best in the world.
Tell me how you made me hate Shane. Oh, tell me how.
I created a monster.
Nobody wants to see that mushroom.
So I'll start and let you finish because I know you said that you wrote a paragraph today.
No, mine's fucking easy.
Yeah.
Well, like, I may not have taken this one completely seriously. I'm not gonna lie.
Which is fine.
Okay.
So what I did was that obviously with the whole Kevin Owens thing, this will be the last feud. That's how I would book it.
Sure.
But the way I would end up having it booked is that while yes, last major feud for Shane individually, I actually have it ending at Survivor Series.
Okay.
Where of Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Taker, and like maybe like one other that has in the Miz. That's who it was. Take on the team of Elias, Shane, McIntyre, and I'll just throw Lashley in there for the sake of it. And if Shane's team loses, Shane has to go away, and that's how I would do it.
That's a bit. Too...
Yes, you extend it out to November.
That's a bit too 2014 for me.
Yeah.
Because it's the exact same stipulation they had in 2014 where Dolph Ziggler went. They were back the very next. Right, so like I said, I may not have taken this one completely seriously. Because I have a very real fear in my stomach. That the reason they had Owens start using Stone Cold Stunner is so they could build Stone Cold McMahon again. Basically. The image of Shane getting stunnered played alongside his father getting to basically make Kevin into Stone Cold. I want Kevin to be Kevin. I have this very, very strange feeling that much like with the McMahon Stone Cold thing, this will turn into a very, very long-term angle. And I don't want that. The way that I would end Shane feud, it wouldn't get to Kevin Owens. This Saturday, at Extreme Rules, Roman Reigns would pull out a gun and shoot him in the fucking head.
What? That's what we call murder?
So's throwing Braun Strowman in the back of a fucking garbage truck and turning it on and leaving him there for a week. But they did that. I'm not seriously suggesting he shoots him in the head. My point is, I know. My point is, I don't want the KO feud. I want Undertaker or Roman to just delete the fuck out of him. Right, Here's how I'd fantasy book it, right? Completely off the top of my head, because I was relying on the shooting him in the fucking head bit, right? Kevin Owens shows up to Raw the night after Extreme Rules, after Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre have defeated Roman and The Undertaker. And there's a planned celebration for Shane-O-Mania later in the thing of like, Shane's the best. Kevin Owens shows up at Raw. He's a SmackDown superstar. We've established the fact that doesn't fucking matter. Shows up at Raw. Oh, no, you know what? We'll have Raw happen. And this happens on SmackDown. Right? KO shows up. And he's called up a couple of his Canadian friends, Edge and Christian. And Edge and Christian show up. They're like, what can we do for you? Kevin's like, you remember when you lent the New Day your time machine, right? Because in canon, Edge and Christian have a time machine. Can I use your time machine? And he would take Edge and Christian's time machine, and he would get a cameraman, and they would go back in time with a specially equipped camera that could broadcast across realities. And they would go to the McMahon mansion.
Oh, God.
The night that Linda and Vince conceive of Shane, and he would convince Linda to do anal.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
Or he'd somehow otherwise prevent the birth of Shane McMahon. So then when he travels back into the future, there's no record of, like, he'd be deleted off WWE.com. Like, he would just cease to exist. The commentary team would never reference him.
All of his highlights would be gone.
All of his highlights would be gone. He'd be fully Chris Benoit.
Oh. Damn. Oh, God.
And, like, Stephanie can come out and be like, and you can even introduce a new McMahon, right? Like, a new sister. Like, introduce a brand new McMahon. Like, have it completely alter the timeline. So, like, Stephanie never married Triple H. She actually married, like, I don't know,
Chris Jericho?
No, she married Charlotte or something. Because they've been wanting to do this. She married Mandy Rose. Married me. Fuck it. Or she married someone who's not involved in the business. And like Triple H is just a person that runs NXT. He's not part of the McMahon family, right? And that's how you explain just Eric and Paul showing up in control of Raw and SmackDown, like, out of the blue. Just, it's fucking wibbly wobbly timey wimey bullshit. Like, it's a full on Doctor Who. It's Back to the Future. You pay Christopher Lloyd to show up and be like, "Great Scott!" Like, I don't know. And I know I'm not taking that seriously,
but it's funny as shit.
I don't want this feud. I mean, if I'm booking a feud, it's gonna be the obvious one of KO has to work his way through Shane's goons till he gets to Shane, and the loser leaves WWE match and Shane. Right, like that. Oh, you know what? It's a loser leaves It's a loser leaves WWE lumberjack match. That way, not only does Shane have all of his goons around the ring, KO can bring out all the people that Shane has shafted. And that means it's non-disqualification as well, so the lumberjacks can get involved. And the very final image you see of Shane is him getting stunned to fuck.
So you have like,
or like they climb up to the top of the Titantron and like KO stunners him off the top of the Titantron, and he just goes whee and flies into space. Right, Mike.
I just see this image of she flying into space off the Titantron.
But it's obviously done really badly with wires, and then it cuts to like a Firefly Funhouse version of it, where it's just Shane like this, stuck. And then like it's a painted background with like quite obviously done with like poster paints, it's just really badly green screened.
So what are we doing
I have made Mike laugh so hard his it's broken.
What are we doing next weekend?
At this point, complaining as to why they're not using any of my ideas. That I just came up with the whole time machine, that's almost as genius as Candice LeRae Q Wrestling Gargano joining the Undisputed Era. They fucked that one up. Don't fuck this one up too. God, I'm close. Anyway, what next week? Yes, next weekend, Saturday. We will be doing a live, or not from AwesomeCon, but from Wilkes Comic Con. You will be able to see coverage of the entire event, whether it's myself, Mike, Jordan, some combination thereof, or special guests, live on 321 TV on Twitch, twitch.tv/3_TV. You'll be able to see all of the coverage there, internet permitting, because we have found out that the internet at the venue might not be the best.
And I know for a fact that Awesome Mania, we're actually going to straight up record it.
Yes,
and then we're gonna release it.
I'm doing the basic coverage first.
Basic coverage.
That's the basic coverage. If the internet is no good, we will record the stuff for release later on various YouTube channels, be it THXT, be it Wilkes Comic Con themselves, or the 321 TV YouTube channel that I'm trying to convince Jordan to get sorted. Then there will be Awesome Mania, which we will just be flat out recording. That one will not be streamed live. That will just be recorded, and it will be our episode for
next the following Thursday.
No, it's going to be a special episode, because I just want to, because it's probably going to be talking a lot about Fighter Fest and I don't want to wait 2 weeks to have to do that and run into yet another fucking pay-per-view. By that point, we're going to be predicting NXT and SummerSlam. So we will do that as a special next Thursday. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
There will also be a live Doctor Who panel with myself and convention organizer Dennis LaChapelle, where we will be discussing Doctor Who throughout show's history. I'm not sure if we're going to record that one or not. That might just be for those live and in attendance. But yeah, stay tuned. Probably means there's going to be no streaming on this channel next Friday. But Jordan and I will be streaming.
Yeah, and Ben, I have it.
Ooh,
look up. I think we need to do something with this.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think
we saw me with the referee jersey earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for social media for what we're going to do with the Awesome Mania hardcore title.
I mean, I have to create a whole new page or Hall of Champions page now.
We will come up with ways. Sure.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. Folks. I know we have a lot of people that post, so we don't get a lot of kind of the fun chatting. Yeah, let's close out the recording and do a bit of an after show, I guess.
All right. Social media. I know you already plugged the convention for next weekend, but just do real quick social media.
Social media for me at Bob T Goldfish. Find Twitter. Find channel at 321 podcast on Twitter, or 3 Topics 2 Guys 1 podcast on Facebook. That's where we tend to post when we live.
All right. And then on my end, you can find me on the Twitter at the Lindenbaum75, Facebook at facebook.com/X75 Productions, and everything, of course, txhdhockey.com. We're up on there /awesome media.
Overall, going to be a busy weekend of grappling. I hope you enjoy each and every second of it. As we said before, please watch Fight for the free on Bleach Report, I believe. Much like Fight Fest was. So watch that live. Watch Evolve 1. Catch yourself. Catch yourself some Extreme Rule. And in the 60 words of the 60th President of the Union, be excellent. Already on non-gendered.
And until next time, we will see you ringside.
Good show today. And only 2 hours.
I turned you into a singer. Yeah.
You have gone so Megatron, I can't understand a word. There we go. Say that again.
I said I turned you into a singer tonight.
But yeah, like I said, that was probably a 2 hour show.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hour, 10 minutes. Which, considering how much had to cover, pretty good.
Yeah, and we kind of retcon the Extreme Rules predictions a little bit. At that point, it was just, yeah, like we had more to talk about for AEW than WWE anyways. So,
but this Extreme Rules show is just, it's continuing feud the pay-per-view, and they're all feuds that people don't want to see.
Yeah.
Why is every single match on this card not no DQ?
Yeah, I find that surprising, because you would think like the Kofi Samoa Joe match would be like a submission match or something like that.
Or,
you know,
me out here, right? There was a promo on SmackDown this week where Ricochet came out and was like, and the club was reformed and I'm facing AJ Styles, and you know what that means? I was fully expecting to be like, I'm bringing backup, I'm hiring the APA, or like, I'm bringing the Street Profits, or whatever. But instead it's just like, I'm going to have to fight them alone. No, you will lose.
You have predicted your own defeat already.
Well, fucked.
Oh man.
Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Yep. I'm gonna do my editing on my end and get it up on the site.
What?
Good show, lots of laughs, always fun.
I'm gonna stop the stream now. So if I'll watch it.
When you kill the stream, I have one question for you.
Kill the stream and set up a host. See you. Elf and Jordan. Bye, everybody.